You have to know your why, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're all about. Know your why. Understand your why. Unless you understand your why, man, you're gonna miss out on a whole load of energy, because the why is what's gonna make sure that you are restless. You're gonna wake up from that bed and do what you have to do. Your why is your conviction, ladies and gentlemen. Your why is fuel to you. Why do I do this thing, man? Your why is tied to your passion. Your why is tied to your beliefs. Yeah, what is it that you believe in, man? What do you want to achieve out of this thing? Know your why, man. And one thing about your why is that you have to have a why that is bigger than your vision. Your why has to be something that is what? Infinite. It doesn't have to be something that has a destination or has a goal. It has to be something that it goes beyond your life on this earth. You know, why do I do this? Because I want to make $1 million. Well, what's going to happen when you make that first $1 million? So you don't have a why anymore. What do? You become demotivated. You see. So it has to be something that is strong and is stronger than that. Something that will carry on for future generations. And mostly it has to do with you. Do it for you, man, before you can do it to anyone. Nothing wrong with doing it for a loved one or anyone else, but you should make it about you. It's your grind at the end of the day. You should be first priority. Walk in self-love, man. It starts with you, man. Before you can fill other people's cups, you have to fill yours first, man, because now it has to be something that is what? Overflowing, man. Because once you are empty and fill other people's cups, you are going to end up in a place where you don't like, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. I don't think that is healthy at the end of the day. So you have to overflow so that you can fill other people's cups. It has to start with you. The flow has to come from you. That is why it has to be about you at the end of the day, man. It has to be about you. Be first priority. Then it can be about other people. Let's confront this thing, man. What is your why? Well, this thing was made famous by the legendary Simon Sinek when it came about with the golden circle. The golden circle, man. The biggest discovered, one of the biggest discovered, man. Oh, the golden circle, man. I like it. I love it, man. Because now you can tell, according to this circle, it says that everything has to start with your why. It has to start with your why. Then you can go to the how part, how, and then you can come to the what part. But it has to start with why, because we make the mistake of starting with what. What do I do? It's irrelevant if you don't have a why. You need the how, which is the middle part. So you have to start with your why, then come with the how part, and then end with the what. Why do you wake up in the morning? Why do you do what you do? Because at the end of the day, people don't follow you for what you do. They follow you for why you do it. Because why you do what you do is tied to your beliefs. And if you have a belief, you will communicate that belief to that somebody. And therefore now, if they have that same belief, you will start to click and they will start to follow you, because now you believe in what they believe in. That's how you gain followers at the end of the day. That's why you gain compatriots. That's why how you gain people who will die for you, to defend you, because now you have a conviction that they have, and they understand this conviction and this vision that you have. Therefore, they are able to follow you. That is why, at the end of the day, your why has to be big. You have to come to the point, not by you review it each and every time. It has to grow and surpass the why of yesterday, so that you can keep on being captivated, keep on going after what you have to go after. so that you can keep on being consistent with what you are doing, because the why is the big question. At the end of the day, we see from political parties, political parties who have a stronger why are the ones who end up capturing more followers, because the why is better than the previous political party for that matter. We can tell even from our politics here in South Africa, the previous political parties, the apartheid regime, their why was not consistent with the majority of the citizens in South Africa. Therefore, the party with the greater beliefs, they believed in freedom, of which it was someone's belief out there. The majority of the population believed in that. It was all about freedom and education. Therefore, they had to follow suit. And now I can tell that there's a new party now that is beginning to have stronger whys than the current political party. I don't want to throw in names and mention parties and affiliations, and to stir up some, turmoil out there. No, I'm just teaching about the why and using practical examples. It seems to me that they are developing a stronger why, and with this stronger why, they are more likely that one day, if they persist, if they are consistent, if they are disciplined and have a strong belief, and are motivated as well, which may be not at all times, then maybe one day they will be able to knock down their Goliath, because now their why is getting stronger each and every day. That's just my opinion, man. This golden circle, man, is very important, man, in implementing. You start with your why, you come with your how part, then you can communicate what you do to people. You can take Jesus for instance. Jesus from the Bible, ladies and gentlemen. The famous John 3:16, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. What is the why there? He did it because he loves you. That is the biggest why, man, because love is the biggest force. How did he do it? He gave by giving. Okay. What did he do? He went and died for you on the cross, for your sins. Redemption by blood. So you see, there's a strong why that is communicated. There's the how part, which he did something that not everybody could have done. And then there's the what part. What did he do? We saw actions, application, execution. Because it was planned before it happened. It was uttered before it happened. You see, these things, they do tell you at the end of the day. He had a strong why. Therefore, people, we follow him. Now there's what we call Christian, religion. Christian livelihood, or whatever you want to call it. Some call it a relationship, some call it a religion, depending on who you are and where you are and what is your perception and what is the approach. That's what it's just all about. A strong why was communicated, the how part was communicated, the what part was communicated. Because if he just did what he did, which is the what part, what did he do, and without communicating the how and the why, then maybe he was not going to have as much followers as he has today. That's just about it. You just have to have a strong why. Why do you do what you do? Why do you wake up? Why do I do what I do, man? I do it because I believe, in the fact that everyone has brilliance on this earth, man. I believe that doesn't matter ethnic group, man. You may have a gloomy past, but what matters is that you have this fighting spirit and you are taking responsibility about where you are and say, I'm going forward. That's what I'm all about. I'm all about love, man. I'm all about freedom. I'm all about purpose being fulfilled. I'm all about, happiness. I'm all about dying empty. Going to the grave, having fulfilled everything that you came on this earth to perform. I'm all about Mufal 7 Wood, your gifts being, explored by other people, and their gifts being explored by you, us serving each other. I believe in that. I believe in helping other people and making sure that they are in a good place in their lives. I believe in mental strength, making sure that you are free from mental illness and all those things, that you are living a positive and healthy life. That's what I'm all about. That's Motivore. You know, how do I do this thing? I communicate through speaking, through doing what I'm doing today, man. That's how I do it. That's how I reach people. You know? What do? I teach, I encourage, I inspire, I create. I give insight, I give knowledge where I can. It's clear. I wake up each and every day to do that. Each and every day, man. That's what I'm all about. Know your why. Understand your why, man. Your why has to be infinite. That's the most important thing, man. It doesn't have to end anywhere. It doesn't have to have an expiry date. What do I mean by that? I mean, you cannot have a why as, I want to make $1 million out of what I'm doing. Okay, you make $1 million out of what you're doing, and then what? You see, your why has come to an expiry date. Now you have to find a new why. No, you have to have a strong why from the beginning, something infinite. Because there will always be people to help. In my instance, there will always be people to help. There will always be people who are born who need inspiration. There will always be people who want to find their purpose. There will always be people who are ambitious about life, man. This ambition thing, man, there's no ceiling glass to it, man. You can always expand each and every day, man. So that's what we're all about. It doesn't have to have an expiry date, man. It doesn't have to have an expiry date. Well, I'm doing this so that someone can love me. Okay, that's someone that loves you. Now what? And another thing, you should make yourself first priority about this thing. Make it about you. Do it for you, man. Do it for you, man. Do it for you. Always make sure that you do it for you, for as much as you can do it for your loved one, and that inspire you to do it. Maybe your child, maybe your mother or your father or your sister, your grandparents. It's wonderful. But at the end of the day, it has to be about you. It has to be about you, man. Your why has to be stronger than anything, because it's the one that is gonna carry you through. I know I started with self-belief is the first step. I know that. But then at the end of the day, it's all about why. Start with why. And then it's not that I did wrong by saying self-belief is the first step. No. It's because at the end of the day, your why is inspired by your beliefs. So it's one and the same thing. Your reasons, your purpose, your motives, you see. And you should be careful about following people who have a fake why at the end of the day. Because people communicate a fake why while they have an undercover why in their lives. And when that happens, that you discover the real why, you are disappointed, you get discouraged because that person was a role model. For instance, you may have a boy that is pursuing a girl, obviously you'll ask that guy as a woman, why do you want to be with me? The why part, which is one of the hard questions to ask a person. They can tell you all the lies in this world, but at the end, the real why is gonna be communicated, and when it does, a lot of people end in tears. It ends in tears because now they can see the real why behind why they approached so and so. That's why at the end of the day we get disappointed, because people portray a wrong why out there. Nowadays, even pastors portray a wrong why out there. Some fake prophets, fake pastors out there, they portray a wrong why. They display and portray, love. They're all about love. They're all about setting you free. They're all about, liberation. They're all about making sure that you are in a good place, you are free financially, you are free emotionally, you are free, physically from sickness and diseases. Your life is preserved. But at the end of the day, their why is not their why. They have an undercover why, which is wrong. They're exploiting your goods and services, your time. They're exploiting your mental illness and mental well-being. They're pushing their agendas out there because of their fake why. So you just have to explore this thing very well so that you find yourself following the right people in your life. Understand their why, because the why is very strong to the point that it's going to pull followers towards you. That's why you implement this why, because at the end of the day, whatever you want to fulfill, you can't fulfill it alone. You can't do it alone. You can't build an empire alone. You cannot build Rome alone. You cannot, do it or fulfill such vision alone. I can't do this Motivore thing alone. At some point, I'll need some people, but I have to learn some ropes on myself. That's what makes a good entrepreneur. That's what makes a good person at what they do. You have to start and learn every step. Then you can delegate. That's what it's all about, man. Motivore for life, man. Know your why, understand your why, and understand what inspires other people, and understand their whys before you can follow them. And I'll see you on the other side of greatness. It's been great. Thank you for following me. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing. Even though you haven't subscribed, I'm thanking you in advance, man. Because if you watch up to this point, it means I'm putting value in your life. I'm giving value in your life, and you don't want to miss the next video, because I'm adding more value, man, each and every day, man. Motivore for life. We are the Motivores. We feed on motivation. That's what we're all about, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.